What's up? Today we're going to do something a little different. If I could ever get this thing. There we go. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back and thank you for being here. I'm pretty close to this camera right now, and that's because I'm a little excited. Today I'm going to be doing a couple of forged knives and I'm pretty pumped. So yeah, let's just do it, right? So I've got a few forged knives here. One chopper kukri looking thing and one chef's knife that I've already started on. So I don't typically do forged knives because I don't have a heat treating oven to normalize my steel in. I'm not comfortable doing it in a forge. I know people do it in a forge sometimes. I'm just not comfortable doing that and selling it off. But my buddy Steve has a heat treating oven and he was nice enough to let me use it. So yeah, shout out to Steve, Winterboard Blades, let me use his oven, so that was dope. So these knives are good to go. Everything else that I've forged up until now I've kept. These ones I'm going to be selling. I got some work to do before I throw these in the forge and heat treat them there. I didn't heat treat them at Steve's. I normalized them there. It's part of the heat treat. I just call it heat treat. So anyways, let's jump into this. That heat treat went really well. These came out as straight as they went in. The chopper did at least. This one bent a little bit near the tip, but I pushed that back. I shimmed it during the tempering cycle. So it's time to clean the bevels, taper the tangs, and then I'm on to fitting up the handles. Chef knives. Shit. Chef knives all done, ready for hand sanding. So now it's on to this one. Forged much closer to final dimensions than the chef knife, so it's cool. They're both forged knives, but they're both gonna look quite different. Obviously, because they're different knives, but you know. So both of these forged knives are done. The other one is actually upstairs because I'm testing it out just to make sure that it's up to my sort of standards. And I'm going to do the same with this one. I'm actually going to sharpen it right now and I don't know, go chop some wood with it or something. Ooh, all right. It has been a while since I've been here. And by here I mean back to working on these forged knives. I'm not exactly sure where we left off, but I got caught up in some other stuff, and so I had to put these two aside. It's kind of been good that I've taken a little bit of time in between these builds, because I got to test out the kitchen knife. I'm happy with how both of them perform. I think I took some video. I probably already put that in. They both perform really well. So it's time to go ahead and get them done. Okay, so we've got everything done. Everything's hand sanded, blades are finished, tangs are tapered. Everything is ready to go on to the next steps. But unfortunately, I ran into a problem with the chef's knife. So down the spine, there are some very fine microfractures. And through a little bit of research and talking to people online through Instagram, it seems the issue is that it either one was a bad piece of steel, and during the quench, it quenched too fast and it caused some stress in the steel. It caused it to crack. They're very, very tiny cracks. I'll try and get a shot of it. I'll try and get a close up. So it was either that or I was forging it too cold. But after talking to a few different people, it seems like it was the first option was the cause. Might have been a bad piece of steel. The quench was too quick, and so I put it out on my Instagram what had happened, and actually someone still wants to buy it. They're gonna buy it at a reduced price, which I'm fine with. So the customer wants a stonewash finish, which I haven't done in a while, and we've already decided on a handle. So this one's ready to go. This one, on the other hand, no issues with it. I double checked it. It was also a different piece of steel from the kitchen knife, so I mean, that leads me to believe again that this was a janky piece of steel, I guess. Alright, so late last night I got the chef's knife glued up. Since it was getting late, I figured I'd glue up one so that it would dry overnight, and then this morning I can glue the second one, which is obviously the chopper. This one's ready to go. So the other reason I didn't glue last night is because I want to put a different finish on this blade. It's going to be a finish that requires me to sandblast the knife first. I've got to get that set up so I can clean this knife, and then I can go ahead and glue it. So now this one's pretty much done, but the customer requested that I try and stonewash frame the handle and the spine. So I went ahead and re-etched, just took some Q-tips with ferric chloride and darkened up the handles, frame, and the spine. And so now I've got to figure out a way to stonewash that, because obviously I can't I could toss this whole knife in the tumbler, but I really don't want to do that. I think it's going to mess with the handle, so I think I've figured out a way to do that though. So this is the setup that I've come up with. This is just some of the Stonewash media. I have a whole box of it, so I'm just going to put this in here. And the idea is I'm just going to sort of I feel like that should do it. Maybe I should put a piece this way. Well, honestly, it seems to be working pretty well. Oh yeah. Alright, so the chopper is pretty much done. It's ready to have its final finish put on it and an edge. Now the finish that I'm putting on it is not something that I developed. It's something that I learned through a paid online course from another knife maker. So unfortunately, I'm not going to show you how I do that. It's not technically my information, therefore I don't feel comfortable sharing it. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then yeah, I'll show you what the finished piece looks like.